It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
The EP Podcast out at a new business along 95th Street, the Bead Bar, and Monique Smith is sitting here with me, and I cannot wait to show you this place because it's pretty cool. It's not something that I expect. I mean, we're talking about a bar, but it's a bar that provides something fun, date night, something with your friends. It's operating where you can have an event, right, Monique, or you can just pop in on like a Friday night and enjoy this brand new spot. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So look. First off, I want to tell everybody where this is. They're across from the Binnies. They're next to the Ace Hardware. They're right on 95th by 95th and Holman. This is a great location.
Yes.
Okay. First off, yeah, this is a really nice location. Secondly, the place is really pretty. Like, how long did it take to kind of set this up?
I'd say we took about 3 months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like, first of all, I was like, great job building a bar.
Thank you.
Building a bar is hard. Like, I built the one in my studio, and that took a long time to build. Was that the most challenging thing? Because you can get tables, you can get chairs, but the bar is hard.
No. Believe it or not, all these shelves around here, my husband and I put each one together individually.
Yeah.
And they didn't come like some pieces are put together. They were all poles and shelves.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, these look complicated. This would drive me nuts.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
So I think
this is the kind of thing that would have me yelling in the middle of the night before Christmas Day trying to put a toy together. That's what they look like. Holy cow.
Yes, yes. So that was the most extensive thing, is putting all these shelves together and figuring out where to place the different pieces.
Yeah.
So after we figured that out, everything was pretty easy.
So the idea behind this, take me through it. It's come here, be creative. You're designing things with the beads. I see different examples. You have bracelets and necklaces, and these are all things that you can create in here. And then it's also a working bar in terms of you have a liquor license, you provide refreshments to people. They can kind of pop in and just make this one of their stops in an evening. But they're coming here and they're on this felt top bar. They're able to put something together. Do I have the basic gist of this?
You have the gist of it.
Okay.
So we have an extensive inventory of crystals and natural gemstones. I also teach healing modalities with gemstones and crystals and how they affect your body. So there's different facets of how you can experience the bead bar. The primary one is the bead and sip, which is kind of similar to a paint and sip.
Yeah.
But instead of a painting, you're walking away wearing a piece of jewelry. So that's the most exciting part. And it's unisex, so we have designs for men as well as women. We have date nights. We have team building, corporate things where you can do your corporate colors, or you guys can use your logos and things like that. So it's really versatile, very diverse.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is interesting to me because, first of all, the idea that you can actually sit here and create something, like, a piece of jewelry or something like that, and to me, it immediately became a date night thing for me. Like, I was like, oh, I know somebody would like this. Like, that's the first thing I kind of thought of. When you come in here, is it one of those things where you walk in and you buy a package? Like, you're like, I want this type of jewelry. Is it something where, like, take me through the process here. If I come in off the street, it's not an event. Coming off the street, it's Friday night, bring in somebody, sit down, I'm ready to have a refreshment and everything like that. The main thing, first of all, is to figure out what materials I'm going to use.
Yes.
So is that basically what you're picking first? Like, I want this style, I want to do this type of thing, and then the sipping and the enjoying the bar is like a secondary thing that goes along with it?
Yes, so that is called our a la carte walk-in experience.
Okay.
And what that means is you come in, everything is based per piece. So when you book an event, you decide which bracelet you want to make ahead of time.
Oh, so everybody's making this kind of thing. Okay.
Yes. But when you come in off the street, you get access to our inventory. So you can choose what style, what beads you want to use, and you pay for them either per bead or per strand. And then you get a kit, you get the tools, you get the bead bar, the board, and very slight instruction because it's walk-in. We'll guide you through how to measure your string, how to place your beads. If you have color options where I think I like blue, but what goes with it?
Right.
We'll give you tips and things like that, but it's really at your own pace.
Well, it's also, you seem to have designed it to be kind of a friendly spot that you're going to meet people while you're here, because the bar is L-shaped. So people are going to be working on their stuff and having conversations. You're going to make friends, it feels like. You got tables all throughout the room as well. So it's not just sitting at the bar. So you kind of figure out your own experience, but it also seems like it's not something you're sitting over in a corner doing on your own.
Right.
Walk-in groups, I would imagine you're going to have people make new friends and find new relationships sitting in here while they're working on the beads.
Absolutely. Just the other day, 2 young ladies came in just to see because they were walking past.
Yeah.
And so we said, well, we're cleaning up and we're organizing things right now because we're not really open at that particular hour. I think it was like 8 o'clock. And we said, but you're welcome to come in and take a look around. They ordered a drink. They said, you know what, we want to just make a bead, but they did not know each other.
Right.
And they ended up talking and having a good time. And I'm coming over to say, hey, do you need anything? And they're like, you go on ahead, we're good.
Right.
And they became friends.
So where does this idea come from? Like, were you already creating things yourself, and then you said, I would like to find a spot where people will come to it? Because you always see these events, right? Mm-hmm. You'll see community events. You'll see these one-time things. Like you mentioned paint and sip, right? Mm-hmm. Those are normally like one-time events. A bead and sip would be a one-time event. You're building an entire business around the idea that people may be looking for something to do at night, or they may want to book some sort of an event where they bring in people that they know. But I mean, like, that's an interesting business plan. But to start, you probably were already creating jewelry. Like, you're probably wearing something right now. You created, right?
I am.
Yeah. I'm looking at that. I'm like, she made that.
Thank you. So I started creating jewelry in 2013.
Yeah.
Everything is handmade. Everything is hand curated. But around 2020-ish, I put everything in storage and I lost my zeal.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I'll pick it up when I'm ready. So earlier this year, I was looking at my storage. I was looking at the bills. And I said, I've got all this inventory. I need to do something with it. But I couldn't really wrap my head around a costume jewelry boutique that would draw people in.
Right.
So
and you don't want to go to like one of those festivals and you're sitting there with the little stand and you're trying to sell your stuff.
Exactly.
So you're sitting there going, hold on a second. What if I could bring people in and they start to create it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have a lot of friends who love to bead. They love to wear bracelets. They love to fashion, accessorize, and things like that. So I said, we also love to drink. So let's merge the two. And here we are.
I like to make jewelry, but I like to make jewelry with a drink in my hand. Let's open a bar. Let's open a bar at Evergreen Park. I see the logic behind the entire thing. So people are going to come in here. What type of person do you think is your regular client? Is it somebody that's really into jewelry, or is it somebody that's really into creating? Because I wonder if it's one or the other here. Because
it's a combination of both. So experience retail is really hot right now.
Okay.
They're coming up with a lot of different things. You've got the Lip Lab where you can make your own lipstick. You've got other kind of paint and sips and things like that. I saw somebody making a purse making class or something. So it's really becoming a new avenue. People are getting bored with just the movies or just bowling or whatever. They're trying to find something that's fun and exciting. So the Bead and Sip creates that for other people because either you love crystals and you love beading and you love creating, or you just want something to do to hang out. Girls' Night Out is a really big popular thing. We have birthday parties here where you're used to saying, come out to my birthday party.
Right.
But now it's come out to my birthday party and leave with a gift.
Is it hard to do this though? I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I look at you have tools on all the tables, and it looks like you have all the materials, but I look at that and I go, okay, well, I don't know if I can do that. So is it something where if I've never built anything like this, because that's how this would go.
Easy.
That's how this would go. I'd come walking in here and I'd be like, I don't know what to do. So is it something where not only are you serving the drinks, but you're also teaching as it goes?
I am teaching. So I'll ask you just a couple of leading questions. What's your favorite color? Are you familiar with gemstones?
Okay.
What kind of energy are you looking to have? What do you want to create? And from those answers, we can go into my bead parlor and we can find some beads, what you're drawn to. And it's really simple. Most of the designs that I'm doing right now are made with an elastic stretchy cord. So it's not really hard to make. I'll show you how to lay it out. You'll sit, you'll string them along, and then I show you how to tie it at the end so that your bracelet doesn't break off.
Somebody makes something here and they really love it. It's a good reminder of that evening or something they're going through at that time or who they were with. Is it going to last? Like, I guess that would be
Absolutely.
the question I would ask. Like, is this, you make it looks cool, but what if I want to wear it like crazy? Is it going to last?
It does last, and that's the thing about it. I'll help you tie it off so that it doesn't break. And then you also get a keepsake frame. So when you're not wearing it, and I don't have one on the bar right now, but there's a keepsake frame that you get. You put it in there, you store it. It's a very good talking piece when you have guests or something like that. Oh, look what I made. Or when you're out. So my husband likes to say, when you go to a paint and sip.
Right.
You have a good time, you paint, you take it home, and you throw it in the corner somewhere.
Right.
And nobody really sees it. But when you have a bead and sip, you're wearing the bracelet. So you're at the grocery store, or you're running errands, or you're at an event, and somebody goes, that's a really cool piece. And you go, I made this. So that kind of inspires other people to say, you made that, how? And it's not as hard as it looks. Now, the more intricate designs, I do customize.
Okay.
So you're not going to make everything you see.
Oh, so like if I see something that's really, I'm like, oh, I want to make this really fancy thing. You're gonna be like, yeah, good luck with that one. That's what you're telling me.
Well,
you're like,
no.
This takes years of practice. Hot shot. All right, why don't you just go back to your drink and stop thinking that you know what you're doing? Is that
I
what
can show you how.
Okay, you would show me how to do
Yes,
it. Okay,
yes.
all right. Well, it's very cool. Like if I came here, and do you have the exact address here on 95th?
Yes, it's 3408 West 95th Street.
And you have a website as
I
well,
do.
right?
Mhm.
What is that?
It's beadbarchicago.com.
Right. So even though they're here in Evergreen, Bead Bar Chicago, it makes sense. A lot of
Yeah.
people do that. Okay, but they're right across the street from the Dollar. Is that a Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree, and the Binny's. I can see Binny's truck right across the street here. I'm right next to the Ace Hardware on 95th Street, next to Homan. So they're very easy to find. But when are you open? Like I'm sure you go to the website to book the event, right?
Yes.
Or they can get a number off the website and they can give you a call.
Yes.
So they go to beadbarchicago.com and they're able to do that. But if somebody wanted to come in, you mentioned that you're open in the evenings. Like
Yes.
what days and what hours are we talking?
So Tuesday through Thursday.
Okay.
I'm open from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock p.m.
Okay, so I can come in here and start drinking at 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday
you can.
and making beads.
If that's what you want to do. If you got a lunch
Now I'm
break
spending
or
my
something like
Tuesdays beads and tequila.
That's a great combination.
Do you think a different drink creates a different kind of bead?
Yes.
Like, you think that somebody comes in here if they're having something crazy, they get a little loopy,
Absolutely.
and then they make something really nuts?
Yeah, so
Yeah?
I actually have a gemstone cocktail menu. So I took 6 different gemstones and I created some cocktails that go along with them. The color, the energy,
Yeah.
the theme. So I've got a sapphire sour. I've got an emerald mojito. I've got a tiger's eye chocolate martini that is
Ooh.
to die for. And I've got a smoky quartz old fashioned. So I kind of
Oh, you got an old fashioned. Oh, that's nice. You got an old fashioned. Like you said, you have a bartender here that knows what they're doing. So that's also a good thing to have. Okay, so the other days, because you gave me Tuesday through Thursday. What about the weekends?
So Friday and Saturday, it's from 2 to 10.
Okay.
And then Sundays, it's open to events or special upcoming things that we've just put on the calendar.
All right. So Friday, Saturday nights, think like you can come in the afternoon or something like that. If it's date night, don't be a late night date night. Okay. Start here.
Yes.
Okay. That's what you want to go and do. But I mean, it's just very cool. I mean, I love when we get new businesses here in Evergreen that are doing something unique. I feel like the last couple of places that we've been to, we were at a record shop here on 95th. We were at a place that had all kinds of Mexican delights that, stuff that I've never seen before up the street from you. We're here with you today. Evergreen Park is getting all kinds of really cool businesses opening up and down the street here on 95th. What was the reason? Are you from Evergreen, or do you just like this neighborhood?
I like this neighborhood.
Yeah.
I was welcomed by the City Village Hall,
Yeah.
and it was just the camaraderie. It's the community service. It's everybody who seems very into each other, and it's just a really nice energy.
Yeah, you know what? If you do a good job, this village and the people in it will support your business. So
Awesome.
I would imagine you're going to do well here, because I'm looking around and it looks like you're prepared to do a really good job.
I hope so.
Awesome. Well, Monique, thank you so much for having us at Bead Bar. BeadBarChicago.com. Again, they're on 95th. They're right next to the Ace Hardware. Okay, they're right across from Binny's. All right, there's parking right in front of the place. It's very easy to get to. It's a really nice setup. Consider them if you're going to pop in or if you're going to have a party. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.